This is episode number 6, I believe.
Unafraid is back. I know I just went off not too long ago, but I made Joey Haim so angry he showed up at my house unannounced.
Let me in, goddammit! Let me in!
So,
that's true, by the way. You had no idea I was coming over.
So we're going to talk again, just in depth, a little bit differently about NFL players kneeling, Trump's comments, Steph Curry, and LeBron James. This time it's just with this dude here. So first,
before we go on, let me ask you a question. You brought up Steph Curry. If I kept telling you, man, I don't want to come to your house. Let me think about it. Nah, I'm not sure if I want to come to your house. What would you say to me? When he's like, don't come over, right? Wouldn't you say that? Like, what's the big deal?
It's totally different.
Oh, hell no!
In the White House. First of all, there have been multiple NFL, NBA, whatever athletes that did not go when Obama was president. They didn't go when George Bush was president.
I don't remember it being a big deal.
Of course, you don't remember it being a big deal.
But Steph Curry, like all these guys now are such followers. They know, like, if they say something publicly, everybody's gonna say, "All right, way to go, Steph Curry."
No, they didn't. No. You have to remember that these players didn't mention it. They were asked about it. When they asked, "Are you going to go to the White House?" They said no. That's the end of the story.
So Donald Trump said, "You know what? You don't want to come? Don't come. You're uninvited. Good for you. Thank you, Donald Trump."
Big crybaby. So
No. You're saying Trump is.
Trump's a big crybaby.
If somebody said the same thing, like, "I don't know if I want to come to your house. I don't know if I want to go to dinner with you."
No, they didn't bring it up to you. And the thing is, you can't fire somebody after they already quit. He already said he wasn't coming, so there is no uninvite. Like, there is no uninvite.
Well, he said he isn't coming. He didn't say this. So he said, you know what? The whole team, don't come. Don't do us any favors.
Okay, cool. Take your ball and go home.
Yeah, why not?
But you never know. The whole team might have decided to go. They said they were going to talk about it, just like other people have to talk about things in situations. Dude, get over it. Stop acting like a whiny baby.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are going. Like, if you have a problem with his policies or something, approach him on the side and say, hey, I think we can do more. Like, people did do that with Obama. I know.
Tom Brady. There were other people on the Patriots. There were other people on other teams that did not go specifically because Obama was in office. The same thing with George Bush as well. And the difference is that now there's a different climate in the country for what's going on, so it's more publicized.
Well, and there's one guy who has which coach has spoken out the most about Obama? Trump. Steve Kerr.
Greg.
Popovich too. Yes, Popovich too.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
So at this point, you're like, you know what? Don't come. It's like, dude, it's such an honor. It's an honor. Even Charles Barkley said this morning.
Here is the thing: is that we have to get out of the idea that that just because somebody speaks out about something, that all of a sudden that this is like a bad thing. Do you realize that presidents have been criticized, especially?
Oh, I love it. Yes, they should
publicly.
Be. Yes,
publicly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
For the last, ever since like the invention of the internet.
But going to the White House after you win a championship is a tradition. It's a tradition. So
it's been broken already.
If he was Hitler and he's killing people,
do you realize it's been broken already?
Not at this level. Not at this level.
This is not precedent. This is not new. This has been going on, so like you can't then turn around.
I don't remember this going on with Obama.
Of course, you don't remember it going
with Bush, on. And it's usually when it's a Republican in office. Right?
No, it's
with
not.
Bush. I remember it going on with Bush, and
okay. No, it's not. When the Patriots won, when Obama was in office, like 5 or 6 dudes didn't even show up because of that, and they said it.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but the difference is that now it is a hot button issue because of the kneeling. And here is one thing that is continually missed that I talked about earlier, is that we keep talking about the kneeling, right? When in reality, that is just a distraction from what the actual problem is.
Oh,
it's a distraction. No. I'm talking about that the coverage of it by every outlet, regardless of whether it's quote unquote right, quote unquote left, whatever it is taking away from the whole point of the protest, which is police brutality,
okay,
and inequality,
right? Sorry about that.
In what's going on in our country, and that before we
I still don't.
And before we even can get to a place where we can heal and fix this, right? The biggest issue with all of this is is that it's not the fact that there are bad cops, right? Because I believe, like I've said multiple times, that the majority of police officers are good people. But you do have some criminals with badges.
Right. Black and white.
Correct.
Right.
Whatever color they are.
Latino.
Whatever color they
Right.
are. But the problem is that when those criminals with badges are not prosecuted, and when charges are brought, they are either given a slap on the wrist or they are let off when bad things have gone wrong and that they have done things that are completely against policy, against regulations.
But that's also happened against white people too?
Nobody said that it doesn't. However, it happens at a disproportionate rate compared to the percentage of the population. I mean, it just does.
I think we just hear about it more.
No.
Yeah, I think we hear about more.
The fact is, there are more white people shot by police officers than there are black people.
Okay.
However, when you look at the percentage of the population, right?
Yeah.
Then it's disproportionate. When you look at the amount of black men, especially, who have interactions with the police, negative interactions with the police, while doing nothing wrong. Because I've had that. I've known other people that have had
it too.
That. Yeah,
I'm white.
Yep.
A cop broke my arm. I'm white.
That doesn't take away from your experience. Like, what you said is right. So, like, the idea that we have to defend, like, that no, this happens to white people too. Yes, it does. However, it doesn't happen at the same rate, and it doesn't discount what happened to you.
Here's how we remedy that situation. I think black cops should just police the black neighborhoods.
How stupid is that?
Because there won't be any problem if a black cop shoots somebody in the hood that's black. What's the argument going to be on that?
Do you it's not about do you
no, it is about that. No, it's all about that. It's about white cops or Latino cops killing black people. Black innocent people.
That is not. Do you understand that it's not just about shootings? It is about what has gone on in the community for centuries.
Let me ask you a question.
In terms of, would you agree though?
Okay.
That for centuries, that there have been bad cops.
Yes.
That have tormented inner city communities in terms of just rampaging in the community that they have. Would you agree that has happened?
Yes, but also let me tell you, I can't even. We live in the San Fernando Valley. I drive like an asshole. I drive fast. I can't even tell you the last time I saw a cop. I have no idea. There's no cops anywhere. How many cops are in Crenshaw right now? And Compton and in the hood? There's a reason they are over there and they're not over here. There's more crime over there. Their job is so much harder over there. Do you want to be a cop? You know how hard it is to be a cop? And listen. We are like you're getting off on the whole wrong tangent, dude. Is that it's not that there is. Sorry about that. That live TV.
This is not a condemnation on police. Like that's where all of this gets wrong. Is that there's this defending of what? Do you know how hard police officing is? Like, do you know?
So what is the condemnation?
Yes, it's the condemnation on the protection of bad police officers. It's not the good police officers, because the good police officers get a bad name and a bad rap for those who are doing the wrong things.
Okay, but there's bad black officers that get in trouble. That you have to give the police the benefit of the doubt sometimes. And
okay,
like the case about the St. Louis, what happened in St. Louis? You put it on Facebook, where a cop, a heroin dealer, whatever it was, rammed his car.
He didn't. That's not what happened.
Okay, I gotta read the story again.
That's not what happened.
He didn't back into the cop car?
No, the cop pulled into him. The cop pulled into him. No. All
right,
first,
we'll look into it.
And he also said, "I'm going to kill that MF."
That's what he said. That's wrong. But what was the guy doing in the first place to start the whole thing?
He was just driving at that point in time.
Oh, he wasn't dealing drugs first?
No, he was not.
Oh,
he had no drugs on him.
Okay, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna look at this story.
No, I'm just saying he had no drugs on him. There were no drugs
because he sold them.
Oh God!
Didn't he just sell them to somebody?
No, dude.
I'm reading a whole. Maybe we're talking about a whole different story. But let's get to the kneeling thing.
So the kneeling, right, is people have a problem with the kneeling. And I will tell you this, right? They say it's unpatriotic, that it's un-American, and all these things. And the thing about it is this, is that a protest, and then I'll let you go. There's two parts to a protest. there are, number one, a protest is supposed to make people uncomfortable. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so it achieves that goal, right? Mm-hmm. And then also when it comes to being un-American or unpatriotic or anything or like that, what is taking a knee? Is taking a knee disrespectful in any other form in life? I'm asking. And
but it depends on the context.
No. I'm asking. If
you take a knee in church, that's spiritual. It's a good thing.
If you take a knee in front of your wife, then you ask her to marry you.
Or Lewinsky took a knee in front of Clinton. She was
right. That's different. Okay. If you take a knee in front of the king, that's right. What you're supposed to do.
Right.
So like taking a knee everywhere in our culture, right? Like
except for during the national anthem.
No. Everywhere on earth, taking a knee is respectful.
But then why don't we just do it at why don't we all the fans do it at Dodger Stadium or before the national anthem?
So hold on. Is that so there is like if you want to protest, but at the same time you respect your country, right?
Yeah.
Because we take a knee and we actually honor at times people who've been killed and soldiers and all that. And there is no lack of respect for the military because if you notice, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of NFL players are like me, where they have had many people in their family serve in the military, and they have donated their time, energy, and money to bettering situations for our servicemen and women and all that. And the thing that pisses me off more than anything is that these same people who scream and yell about NFL players kneeling, talk about how disrespectful it is and all that. These are the same damn people who don't lift a finger, not one damn finger, to help our vets. They don't help our vets. They don't raise a finger. They don't act like this is the most outrageous thing in the world. Our vets are dying on the street. They're killing themselves 22 a day.
And that's why you shouldn't kneel. That's
what do you mean?
So wait, are you saying that kneeling is not a bad thing? So I'm trying to understand that. So you're saying that we should all kneel before the national during the national anthem?
No.
You're saying it's like a respectful thing to kneel.
No. I'm saying that it is to raise awareness. However, it's not disrespectful to the actual flag and to these fallen soldiers because A, it's not about them, first of all. Second of all, the players and so many of their family members.
But you're saying it's not about them because that's what you think. I think it's all about them. These NFL guys, hold on. After the game, what do? They get in their cars. They go back. They drive to their gated communities. You know what? Go serve in the military. In Israel, you don't have a choice. You're born in Israel. When you're 18, you join the army.
We are here.
What's that?
So we are.
I think they should do it out here. Everybody should do it out here because nobody in Israel is afraid to join the army. It's like the biggest honor. You want to get that? Well,
no.
By the way, we're doing the show at George's house. Thank you guys. We've seen all your comments. Great. So, heads up. So the thing about the taking a knee, I totally disagree with George on this because that guy Villanueva, be a leader, be a trendsetter. This guy. The Pittsburgh Steelers, if you're a Pittsburgh Steeler fan, I have no idea how you can root for that team anymore. First of all, Mike Tomlin is the biggest joke. He's a poser. I just don't understand. That's even the most disrespectful action this weekend was when the Pittsburgh Steelers went back in the locker room for that's even worse than kneeling, I'll be honest with you. But Villanueva, who was an Army Ranger, I think, went out there. He saluted the flag. Let me tell you who the real heroes are, and I wish George was here to hear this. First of all, I cannot believe he said that kneeling is not a sign of disrespect. I don't know if I'm reading some of your comments here. I don't know if you guys agree, but now that he's back in there, Colin Kaepernick, I clap for him. Muhammad Ali, and I'm not saying I have to agree with them, but these guys, Muhammad Ali, Colin Kaepernick, Kurt Flood, who am I forgetting? Now I'm forgetting Jackie Robinson. These guys are heroes. Colin Kaepernick, even though I wasn't against what he was doing, but he's a pioneer. He was the first guy to do it. All these guys, Michael Bennett, they're such posers. What are they going to do? Blackball the whole? The owners make me the most sick. I'll be honest with you. The owners standing there hand in hand.
No.
Sign Colin Kaepernick.
No.
They're the biggest freaking hypocrites.
Mind you, I believe that's coming. So
they better sign him.
Yeah, yeah.
He's going to make billions.
But here is the issue with what you said, is that when movements grow, regardless of whatever it is, there is somebody who sparks it, right? And that person is the person who's going to get the most quote unquote credit, or they're going to get the most.
Do you have respect for Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah,
okay,
for sure.
Okay,
but
I do too. I really do.
There are some things that I did not like that I've been vocal about. Right?
About yesterday?
No. About Colin Kaepernick, which I have said, which I think lends itself to the fact that I'm an objective, honest human being, and I think that this is where we miss a lot of things. Is that in life, just is we don't, as people, like we defend whoever that we defend, and we will defend anything that they do, instead of saying that
you and I are not that person. That's right.
So I didn't like the fact that Colin Kaepernick said that he didn't vote. I didn't like that. Yeah. I thought that was. I didn't think that was a good idea. I thought it was bad. I think that when you speak out about things, that you actually have to be a part of the process in terms of we the people and all that.
But he was vocal about it for a while.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like he felt like kneeling the day before. He's been saying stuff on Twitter for a year.
Yeah. And then I also thought that I wanted him to speak out now and during this time about his desire to play, but I did understand him feeling like that it was begging for a job.
I give him credit for that. Yeah. You know, he's not groveling like a little baby.
And he gave away the $1 million that he said he was going to give away, despite not having.
Okay, now these players, if they really want to show they care, because I think 95% of them yesterday didn't even know what it was for. It was like,
of course.
Hold on,
that's assuming that people aren't educated in the deal. But the reason
why there's a better way to protest.
No, see, like that's where like we get stuff completely wrong.
I have soldier friends that are so pissed off, George.
You cannot. That's because they're looking at it the complete wrong.
No, they're looking at it. Hold on, they bust their ass. You know how hard it is to be a soldier, to go to boot camp.
Yes, I do.
To wake up 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, I do. I've been over there in there. I've been over there overseas and slept in the same places that our soldiers.
But you got to go back home. They didn't get to go back home.
Correct. And here is the thing about it is this, right? So if you're gonna sit up there like you can't micromanage and manage how people protest, first of all, because.
But you're micromanaging how they feel. You're doing the same thing. No. I'm going to tell you about that. But I'm going to go back to the first thing that you said about the other players being cowardice, essentially. Mm-hmm. And when movements grow, right? There's an initial person who's going to get credit in history, right? But there is no movement. There is no change. There is unless people get up and speak out. So you have to applaud people of all races, colors who have had the guts to stand up because there is backlash for kneeling or standing or doing. But now these guys have nothing to lose.
No. It's because I'm going to tell you what
Kaepernick had everything to lose.
Correct, but they do face the whole. I mean, it's just like everything else in life, right? It's like you build a social following, right? The first person who followed you was like an early adapter, right?
Yeah.
Early adopter. And then all the other people that followed you after that saw that you were that saw that you had the courage, they were inspired to say, you know what, I didn't have the courage to do what he did initially. So guess what? I'm not gonna miss the train. I'm still going to show up, even though that he is more courageous than me because he had the audacity to do it initially. So that's the first thing. The second thing in the situation is Donald Trump messed up when he came at the NFL in terms of, because if you notice, the owners have been largely silent on the situation.
Which situation? Oh, the
on the
because it's all the bottom line. It's all not Jerry Jones though. Jerry Jones. Hold on. What's the difference between Donald Trump and Jerry Jones?
We don't know what the Cowboys are going to do today.
But nobody's knelt in the first two games.
Hold on. But you don't know what the Cowboys are going to do today because I
guarantee you they won't take a knee.
Okay, here's the thing.
I will come and apologize, public apology if they take a knee tomorrow.
Tonight. Sorry. Here's the thing, dude. is that Donald Trump messed up with the son of a bitch comment because I will equate this to when Hillary made what was that word she deplorables, right?
Yeah.
So people are still upset about the deplorables word today, right?
Right.
So if I call and as a man, right, when you call somebody, when you use the word bitch and man into a man in the same he didn't sentence,
mean that.
No, I'm just saying if you use that in the same sentence, especially in the black community, I'm gonna tell you this. If you use that word and I come at you at a man and I'm like, there is an element of pride that arises and comes forward in that and affects some of your actions, right?
Okay, we see this differently because I don't think. First of all, if you guys are all waiting for Donald Trump to be presidential, it's not going to happen. If you guys. He doesn't trust the media, so where did he say this? In a rally in Alabama. He knows who his crowd is. He knows who he's speaking to. He knows the cameras are on him.
Correct.
He loves to get under.
But there has to be a point in time, right? See. Here's the thing: is I am not upset. Where like some people are upset that people are protesting the protest, right? That people are opposed to people kneeling, right? Some people are upset that people are opposed to it. I'm not opposed to that. I actually think it's a good thing because we are exercising our First Amendment
What about
rights.
burning the flag? How do you feel about burning the flag? Should anybody be allowed to burn the flag? How are you with that?
I am not in on burning the flag. I am not in on burning the flag at all.
Okay. Can I change the subject really quick? Not change the subject, but there's a coach in that Pop Warner League. Do you remember that? And he had the kids kneel during the national anthem. Did you not see that story?
Yep, I saw it.
Okay. That guy is a disgrace. That guy, even, I don't know how old the kids were, 9, 10, 11, even just to put that thought in their head at this young age.
No. There is no putting it in their head because I know my sons. I have a 6-year-old son.
Yep.
I have an 11-year-old son.
Right.
They both have asked me about it. They both have specifically asked me about it, and we have had to have conversations as a family.
Okay, let them go through life a little bit more where they feel that they've been wrong. That guy, don't do that in a Pop Warner or Little League. Can you imagine a Little League game where all these kids are taking a kney?
Hey, here's the thing is that if my 11-year-old
at your house you could do it and talk to him. Hold
on. If my 11-year-old son, so he plays baseball and football on the weekends. If he came to me and said, "Dad, I'm going to kneel during the national anthem,"
that's different.
I would say, "Okay."
Okay. If he said that, more power to him. But I know that coach is the one that said before the game, "Hey, we're going to do this." If my son was on that team, I swear I would have kicked the coach in his face. I'll give you really quick. Hold on.
Don't you think the parents were on board with this?
Maybe they were.
Okay,
I mean, I don't know if all the parents were. If my son was on that team and he told me to kneel,
no. You cannot tell.
If he would have told him like, hey, before the game, I probably would have taken my son home.
No.
That's not the place for it.
What I would do is if I were
you think that's a place for little kids playing?
If I were coaching a team and the kids came and said to me, "We want to kneel," the first thing I would do is I would call a meeting with the parents. And we would talk about this. And then if the kids still wanted to kneel, I'm in with them.
See, maybe it's a hood thing because I can't imagine.
What the fuck is that?
Who would say, I can't imagine any of my kids' friends saying, we want to kneel before a game. They're 10 years old.
It is a different situation, and you have to remember
You think those kids are feeling oppressed that they want to kneel at 10 years old?
Hold on. Is that you have to remember that people in different locations, we live in nice areas,
right,
and all this. So, like, people have different interactions with
10-year-olds.
Yes, dude.
You think 10-year-olds are getting pulled over by the police?
No. They've seen their parents and they've seen their brothers, sisters, whatever, have negative interactions with the police.
I think you're going way overboard.
No, dude, because I first saw it when I was like 7, 8 years old.
I mean, I don't even know what part of town that was. Maybe it's a rich part of town. I have no idea.
You don't know that. So all the assuming is completely wrong.
So you think all the kids came together and say, "Hey, coach, can we kneel before the game because our parents have been treated fairly?"
What I'm saying is I don't know, and it's unfair for me to assume what the circumstances surrounding the situation were. Because hold on, because they could have all been part of somebody who has been killed wrongfully by the police or anything
That
like
story
that.
hasn't come out.
I know, but I'm saying
right?
you just don't know. So it's unfair to assume the actual. Like,
the kids are just supposed to play sports, like for the love of the game.
Okay.
You got to keep politics out.
No, dude, politics in life, like the truth. Politics has always been a part of sports.
But not youth
No,
sports?
hold up. Forget youth.
No.
Youth sports because we were talking about the big boys, the big men.
Okay.
And the idea that politics is not a part of sports is a myth. It's always been a part of sports. You mentioned Kurt Flood earlier.
Right.
He's the kind of the guy who
agency.
fell on the sword for free agency.
Yes. Hero.
Yeah. You talked about Jackie Robinson, Muhammad Ali.
Yep.
With the Vietnam War protests.
Right. And I don't agree with that, but
we as a country boycotted the 1980 Olympics.
Right.
We were getting ready to boycott the 1936 Olympics. It was like a one vote from not boycott.
Right.
So and then when you look at, and you're a big tennis fan, right?
Yes.
Billie Jean King, Venus Williams, like literally went to the point of almost sacrificing their career for
equal money.
Yeah, for equal money. So and the U.S. women's national team recently with the hockey team and the soccer team. Politics has always been a part of sports. So the idea and the notion that it should be removed or that it's not going to be a part of sports is completely.
But I'm okay with that. I understand that, but we're talking about youth sports, the innocence of our country. Like these kids should go there and warm up and play and do whatever. To take a knee, it made me so sick to my stomach because that is a grown man person's agenda.
It could be, right? It could be. I will lend itself to. I'm open to the possibility that could be true, right? And I wanted to say something that I said earlier, and I wanted to say it in front of you as well, because we get the idea that I hear so many people say that all this stuff stopped a long time ago, and that the laws and the rules have changed, all this stuff, right? And I will say I acknowledge that most people watching this, that the vast majority of people watching this, had nothing to do with the horrors and the atrocities that have happened in this country. Would you agree with that, right?
Course, yes.
In terms of, everything from the World War II, that like in terms of the Holocaust, the slavery, Jim Crow, all of these things, that the vast majority of people watching this have had no, like, in terms of active participation in that, right? I'm just going to assume that that's true. So, but I will say this, is that these things that we have to acknowledge, that these things did happen, and that there is lasting repercussions to that, right? Like in terms of, it's kind of like the sins of the father thing, right? So like some of the things that I've fallen victim to or not done well in life, or some of the things that you're not doing well in life, do you in any way see those things presented in your kid a little bit?
Not really.
Okay. Well,
I've done a lot of wrong in my life, trust me.
So, but do you see some of the same markers in yourself in Juju?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
Oh, well, that's it.
Like, explain, like, what do you see in
like,
Damon?
In terms of, I see that I was a person who I didn't express my emotions like very much, like in terms of saying how I felt. I would hold a lot of stuff in and all that. And he kind of does the same thing.
Okay.
And those things didn't work out positively for me in some situations, like in terms of
Juju's like that, but he took after his mom in that case. I've never been one to hold in my emotions. It's got me in trouble a lot.
I know, but I'm just saying there has to be some sort of way that like that your impression as a father is kind of put on them a little bit.
Okay.
And so he didn't ask for that. He didn't whatever, but he has to deal with it, right?
Right.
And that's the same way we are as a country. Is that so? Like a 36-year-old white man did not participate in slavery, right?
Or neither did his grandfather, or probably his great grandfather. Well, it was abolished in 1865, right?
Yeah, but
or 1862.
Yeah, but when it was actually abolished and when it stopped are two different things. I mean, and when segregation was when schools were when the Brown versus Board of Education in 1964, but then schools didn't fully get integrated until the 80s.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying? So like there's lasting effects on these things, right?
But when will it end?
Huh?
When is it ever going to end?
Yes, for sure.
When? It's been over 150 years.
No. It hasn't been over 150.
Okay, how long? 100 years?
No. You have to remember that okay. So schools weren't fully integrated until the 80s.
I'm talking about slavery.
Slavery, yeah. So like slavery's been abolished for over 100 years.
Right, but people keep still bringing it up.
No, because the acts of slavery, right, which led to the Jim Crow laws, segregation, right, and all that, those things trickled down until even today. In terms of when you look at opportunities, when you look at like just general kind of the way that people are looked at, like in terms of people are more afraid of black men than they are other men out in the community. There is a general fear that's around.
Are black people afraid of black people more than they are of white people?
No.
You don't think so?
No. I am.
No, not out here.
Listen. I am equally as afraid of as if okay. If I'm walking down the street in a not nice part of town, right?
Okay.
I am equally afraid of everybody there. Like I have apprehension surrounding everybody there, no matter race, creed, or color. If I am in where I've lived in the South, right? I have been in places where there have been some very unfriendly looking crowds, right?
Right.
And I am equally afraid of those people as I am I'm equally afraid of a white supremacist as I am of somebody when I was a teenager or whatever asking me where I was from.
But who kills blacks more, whites or blacks?
Black people.
Okay, that's the problem.
That's
a humongous problem.
Okay, so we can't.
And you don't think cops know that?
So do you realize that pointing to that, right, is it's fair on the level of that I've said it till I'm blue in the face that yes, black people have to stop killing black people, right? Because if we don't value our lives, other people won't value our lives, right? So I've said it like people act like people don't say it all day every day, right? So this is true, but that doesn't take away from the fact.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't take away from the fact that there is truth. Here's the part that black people are going to be upset with me about, and white people are going to be upset with me about. That issues of police brutality in this country, right, are not just a racial issue. It is a racial and it's a socioeconomic issue. Is that poor white people are looked at as trailer trash and white trash by middle class and up white people, like the people that you see on Maury and Jerry Springer or whoever. They're looked at as white trash, right?
They are, yeah.
And I understand where those people, right, where those people look at black people, Mexican people, and whoever else, and especially depending on what channel they look at in terms of watching TV, right? Yeah. So I understand that there's an element for them where they feel oppressed or they feel like jobs are going to other people or that things are unfair or whatever in terms of their situation, right? So I understand that that's their perception because that's what it appears to be to them, right? But the problem, and then the second thing is that I understand where white people say, listen, race is not a part of our everyday conversation. Like, why are black people so fascinated with it and all this?
Yes, right? Yes.
So I understand that because when you're white, you don't have to talk about that because you are always represented out in life, out in the community, right? So I can go to the movies right now, and I can go see a movie right now, not one person of color in it, right? I can go see a movie now, guaranteed in theaters, but not one person of color at it.
No, right. And no Latinos either.
They're people of color.
Yeah, right. Okay,
when I say people of color, that means anybody.
I thought in this case we're talking about black people.
No. Okay. No. So I can see a movie, and so they're always, and then when you say, oh, isn't BET racist or anything like that, right? So I get how that can appear to white people as that. But then when you really like look at it and dissect it, and you think, oh, wait, wow, like, hold up. It must be kind of hard to not be represented regularly or in a positive light, right? Because remember when black people first started being in movies, like you had to be a slave, you had to be a pimp. Well, actually, first you had to be a slave or like a housekeeper, and then after that in the 70s, like you got to be a pimp or a crazy like illiterate person. And then now nowadays we're seeing more positive representations of black America. Okay,
let's hope it continues, because like I said, Hitler killed 6 million Jews, and I don't hear about this every day. I just hear like the Al Sharptons of the world, the Jesse Jacksons, Odell Beckham Jr. yesterday. Did he make you proud with what he did as a black man? Did you see what he did?
Which one? The
dog urinating thing. Kids are watching. How old is this fucking guy? Like, first of all, he's the most selfish. You all right?
I got a hamstring.
You all right?
Oh, yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
I saw that. All right, so Odell Beckham Jr., most selfish player ever.
How old is Odell?
22?
Yeah, exactly. So what?
Do you not have parents? Like, these guys need to know.
God.
These guys need to know there are kids watching.
Hold up. Dude,
him doing this, come on, the most disingenuine thing I've ever seen. Like, he cares only about himself.
No.
Okay, look at, I want these athletes, black and white, whoever it is, give back to the community. I
don't
know,
you
like
know
Jim
that
Brown,
they do?
I don't believe that. I don't believe.
What are you talking?
You can't tell me they all do. You cannot tell me that.
No, of course not 100% do.
Colin Kaepernick, I like him because I really think he did.
Here's the thing is that athletes don't give back. The majority of athletes don't give back in terms of, I'm going to go with NFL players, right? Don't give back the amounts of money that Colin Kaepernick has for one main reason. They don't make as much as people think they make. There are a select. I'm
not saying give away half of their fortune.
No. But
give away their time.
But don't
do it because the NFL tells you to do it. Do it because you want to do it.
That's where you are mistaken. Is that every Tuesday, right? Every Monday and Tuesday, in every NFL city, there is at least 10 to 20 dudes on every team that are in the community, donating their time to something.
But it's like an NFL thing.
No,
right?
no, it's not an NFL thing. It's actually like to be honest, a lot of them are set up from the team, like in terms of like to get their players out in.
That's what I meant.
And to find things to be involved in, because the reality is part of the reason why people don't get involved in stuff in life, not just athletes, is because there's not always an awareness about where things are, what's going on, and all that. So it helps you connect with the community.
Okay, so really quick, Jeremy says you don't hear Jews or Japanese complaining as much as blacks. Time to move on. What do you think about that?
I would say that
it doesn't. If it keeps being brought up, none of us will ever forget about it.
Hold on. Is that first of all is that I always bring up the therapy thing, right? Is that when it's never just completely acknowledged in terms of you know what, stuff is not right in this country, right? Like in terms of
but it will never be right. We're living in an imperfect society. Do you think will it ever be?
So I'm supposed to as a person like let go of all my ideals in terms of that we can coexist as a people and show each other love and compassion and respect. So I'm supposed to like let go of my idea of that.
Don't let go of your ideas, but put it to use. Michael Bennett, all these guys, like I said, Colin Kaepernick, I give him credit. That guy's a pioneer.
So do you give no credit to like so you can only give one person credit. I get that Colin Kaepernick was the first person to do it, but then
like Odell doing this yesterday, dude, the guy means nothing. He's all about himself.
Here's the thing about what Odell did.
Great talent
yesterday. I will right, that there is a pack mentality surrounding some things, which is you didn't want to be the dude who was like out on the outside, right? Like
right.
Yeah. So so you don't want to be the dude that's out on the outside, right?
Right.
And some players didn't have the courage,
yes,
to do it. I'll give you an example. LaShawn McCoy, kid I've known from before he got drafted, spoke out negatively about Colin Kaepernick and all that, right? But yesterday, you're in yesterday, huh?
He was stretching, right? Was he doing? I saw it on ESPN.
Yeah. So, but he also commented about Trump and all that stuff, right? So now you're offended because he offended you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's that I think that some people realized that they were on the wrong side. And I believe that some people realized that some people were upset and bothered by Donald Trump's comments because it like.
And we see it two different ways, by the way. I want to go back to that. You say it like son of a bitch, like the mom is a whore, like a bitch, right? That's how you see it. I see it as like a sons of bitches.
Hold on. And
of course he shouldn't say it. He's a president.
Hold on. But like even that comment, right? Here is where it all got lost, right? Had he, the president of the United States, got on TV or tweeted whatever and said, so he nicely, in a nice way, has recently denounced white supremacy and all that, right? I would agree that he's done that recently, right?
Yep.
He got on TV and said, listen, there were some very fine people amongst those domestic terrorists and white supremacists who were inciting violence and beating up people and all that, right? So he said that. Some very fine people involved in that. And then on the same, like in the same 45 days, says, get them sons of bitches off the field. Oh, so like these are sons of bitches who were like.
He's in Alabama.
No, dude. Like you can't like.
That's Donald Trump.
Dude, you cannot excuse.
If you want, the president's going to say the right thing. Vote for Obama if he runs again.
So why on earth? So
he's going to keep tweeting.
No.
Yeah.
Here is where I want people to really like drill in on this, right? Because I get that excuse a lot. Is that Donald Trump, that he's just he's the non-politician. He's going to say what he feels and all that, right?
That's why he won.
Oh, all right, okay. So if you're going to give me that, right, and I have to take all of his statements and put it in that box, right? He had days and all that stuff to talk when he's talked about white supremacists. When he's talked, no, I am not calling Donald Trump a racist. What I'm saying is that when you point out and you name people names, right? Like he's got names for everybody, right? The NFL players and their owners are sons of bitches. There's Crooked Hillary. There's slow whoever he called all the rest of the candidates, right? And Rocket Man and everything. He's got names for everybody. So where the name so it's like you have names for everybody that's wrong and that is not right in your category. Right. Where were the names for the white supremacist people and the domestic terrorists?
He said it was disgusting. I forgot what he said.
No. Hold up.
I always tell everybody, Donald Trump, the media tries to get under his skin all the time, so he's gonna attack them and say stuff. So
why not? No. Hold up. This comment about NFL players were not about the media, and his comments about his light comment.
He never said that, he didn't say they're all black NFL players.
No.
He said anybody who kneels is showing disrespect to our country.
He did not. He was not talking to black people. No. Hold up. We do not. Before you get to talking about Jerry Jones, you do not know what the Cowboys are going to do today. And And
I'll bet you not one Cowboy kneels today.
bet $20.
$20. All right.
Thank
There's
you.
another bet.
Oh wait, hold up. I will amend this too.
Okay.
That if they don't kneel, that I will say that the Cowboys do something.
Oh, well, of course they have to do something. They might do this, but not one Cowboy will get on his knee. Jerry Jones told everybody, you get on your knee, you're not on my team.
However,
Ezekiel Elliott gets on his knee tonight, you're off the team.
Won't happen, and that won't.
Well, you can't amend it though because the bet is
no. Hold up. And the thing is that he made these comments before all this other stuff happened, and before
good for him. Yes.
No, hold up, and before Donald Trump offended him and the rest of his owner buddies. That's what could have been the gotcha and the changing because and then hold on.
See, Jerry Jones is not going to put all that. Jerry Jones is not going to put that over his country.
No, hold on. And then did you see what Trump did about Robert Kraft? He's sitting there, he's like, yeah, real slick, buddy. And at the point in time, I'm gonna tell you, because at the point in time because
they agree with Trump. That's a funny thing. They all agree
that
they don't want to lose money.
Hold
you
up.
see the New England Patriots fans? They were booing when their own team started kneeling.
That's real patriotic. Booing during the national anthem.
Booing guys that are taking a knee in front of soldiers, in front of an American. You know how many people have done? Listen, the national anthem is only about one thing. It's
what is that?
All the battles that we've won to become the country that we are.
That is not what it's about.
We totally disagree. I made a deal with myself after 1991. Hold on. Desert Storm. Remember Desert Storm?
The national. Hold on. Before you even get there, do you realize what the national? Do you realize that there's
it was during the 1812 war? The guy wrote the song.
Do you realize that? And there's a third verse to it, right?
I don't know if they use it anymore, but
no. I know. So if we're gonna get to talking about the national anthem, like let's not give it this beautiful history, right? We actually had to remove part of the national anthem that was clearly racist.
Okay, so it's gone now, and so don't sing it anymore. Take it out of our lexicon. Get rid of it.
So what I'm saying is that when you get to talking about the national anthem, like we can't sit up here and act like that. That's
what it's all about. It's supposed to unite us as one. We're all stand up at the same time. We all cross our heart at the same time, and now it's used to divide us. They're using the one thing that unites us. Hey, we all come together. You're a Republican. You're a Democrat. Before the game, hey, this is sport.
And yes, you are still Americans and that's why the kneeling is still like it would be different if people turn their back.
So they're gonna keep kneeling next Sunday and then Sunday after that.
Absolutely.
Until when? That's what I want to hear. Until when?
Now.
No. Until when?
Yeah. Is that there will be protests, right?
Protests,
Until
you're talking about kneeling protests.
Yes. There will be protests until a couple things happen. One, things actually happen in the criminal justice system that show that there is change, right? So
when is that going to happen? A month, a year?
Who knows? There is no actual timetable for this. And the most important thing of the actual protest and of this whole thing is for people to acknowledge.
Okay, that's a great point. By the way, go ahead.
So it's for people to acknowledge, recognize, and realize, right, that there is injustice in our country, in our community, and all this stuff, and actually take steps to change this. And that means when you are on. That means when you get an opportunity, if you're a citizen, to vote, to get out and vote. When it means that if you're asked to sit on a jury, sit on the jury, and not.
And you think that's going to take away the kneeling?
Yes, because that's what the whole protest was about. The thing that accelerated things was Trump's comments because it offended people's sensibilities as men, right? And one thing that we've learned throughout history is that any attempts to silence people who are fighting for their personal rights, like what they believe is right and God given to them, like what they should have, that they will not be silenced. It's just like the LGBTQ community, right?
Yeah.
So there was an attempt for a long time to silence that community, right? What happened? They grew stronger. They grew like an army. like it is a very powerful group now, right?
Right.
So it is the same thing with every other group. Is it any time that you look at other countries, like when Saddam Hussein was the dictator there, right?
Yeah.
Their people were upset about it, and what did they do? He eventually they would not be silenced completely, and he got out of power, right?
Well, no, that's because Bush had to come over. Otherwise, he would have stayed in power.
I know, but they made enough noise until something happened, right? So the whole point is, throughout history,
we got to wrap too.
Yeah, people who are attempted to be silenced will not be silenced.
Nobody's saying to silence them, but it like
just do it a different way. Do it a different way. Do it in a way that makes us like feel comfortable.
No, we don't. No, we don't have to feel. To me, you're disrespecting the soldiers. So you disagree with that? It's such a. Other countries are looking at us. You think we're getting their respect by kneeling down during the national anthem? They're not. I can't imagine anybody in Israel kneeling during a national anthem in protest. I can't. I just can't imagine.
Okay, so would you say that our freedoms and being able to speak out are different here than they are in Israel?
No.
It's a little
exactly
bit.
the same.
A little bit.
No.
That's why
they hate us. That's why ISIS hates Israel and the U.S. The Western civilization. It's exactly the same.
Okay. And here is the
in Israel, you could say whatever you want, whenever you want.
And here is the biggest thing, bro. Is that at no point in time, right, can we lose focus on what this is about, because our servicemen and women, even more than anything, like so many of them, I know that so many of them, that there's a number of them. Like, I don't know whether it's majority, minority. We don't know that there are servicemen and women who don't agree and think it's very disrespectful. Yes, right?
Yes.
There is a number that feel like, yes, I think it's disrespectful. However,
they have the right.
Correct. Right. Like, this is why I fought. Right.
Right.
And then there is the element of people who don't feel like it's disrespectful. Right. So, so there are people that fall into all three of those, servicemen and women that fall into all three of those groups.
One thing real quick, and then I really got to go. But here's the worst thing about it. If it was in the NBA, it wouldn't be as bad. In the NFL, they have that huge flag in the middle of the field. They have all these soldiers.
Hold on. Do you know why that flag is there?
What do you mean, why is that flag there?
Because starting back when I was playing, the
9/11 thing?
No.
I don't remember before that.
Because what happened is the military, mind you, the NFL didn't really care to begin with. The military started paying leagues to have patriotic shows during their during like pregame and all this stuff. So they paid teams to do this. So
isn't the NFL paying or the military is paying the NFL?
They're not anymore. Yeah. But it was the NBA, soccer, NHL, everybody. They were paying everybody, and we cannot confuse like here's the last thing is that I was saying that there's servicemen and women that fall into those three buckets.
Right.
That we cannot confuse patriotism with flag worship, and patriotism is love for your country. You can have love for your country and still want your country to be better. And that's why I don't like the slogan. I hate the slogan, MAGA, Make America Great Again, right? Because it implies that America was once at a place for everybody that was good. You see what I'm saying? And so I would go with the slogan, Make America Great, right? Because there was a point in time that we were great in terms of math, science, technology, all of those things, right? So we can make America great again in those areas. I will agree with that. We can make America great in those areas. But we need to make America great for everybody. Like because in the 60s, 70s, 50s, 1800s and all that stuff, America wasn't great for everybody. It was great.
I see it getting so much better. I think blacks should be happy about it. There's so much more opportunities. Like even that Stephen A. Smith has a job.
No, I would totally see. Like here's the thing: is that better? I 100% agree with you. Better. It is better.
Right.
However, when is that the thing that people say that kind of bugs me a little bit because they don't realize like how that this plays out and how it really, because there's a difference between how somebody says something and how it's heard a lot of times. So is it bugs when someone says, listen, America's the greatest country. It's the least racist place on earth. Like you should just be, just deal, just be happy. And like I will continually say, good is not good enough when better is expected. So it's not the fact that America's better, right? Because we would all agree that it's better because we wouldn't be able to do this.
It's getting better every day, I think.
Correct. And so, but to continue it to getting better, you have to keep pressing the envelope and keep pressing it to get better. And
I got to go, but we'll talk about this. Maybe we'll do it again tomorrow. I think that this stuff is making it go back.
I
disagree.
No, dude.
There's angry.
There was is that these same people who are angry right now, they were angry closeted. They weren't speaking their mind about issues because they felt like there would be backlash about it.
Okay. Well,
and that the country is not taking a step backwards. The country, all of this stuff that's going on is causing the country to take big steps forward. I'm telling you.
Here's the only thing I'm
hopeful for the future.
We'll never know. Okay, but I want these NFL, NBA, and I'm not saying just black people. I'm saying white people, Hispanic. They all need to give back to the community more. That's all I'm saying. Jim Brown, another hero. That guy is, man, Michael Jordan didn't do shit for his community. Tiger Woods didn't do shit for anybody. Jim Brown, that guy's another hero. That guy gave millions and millions and don't even give your own money. Have charity events.
But nowadays you have more athletes having their foundations and giving back to the community.
Let's do more.
I 100% agree with that.
I want to see what Michael Bennett does. That's what he's a big mouth to me.
No. He does his charity. Okay. Yeah, no. His charity does good work. Okay. Him and his brother. I'm not a big fan of his brother,
Martellus. Yeah.
But the reality is they do things in the community.
I don't like to tell people what to do with their money. I think I hate when fans get mad at players for taking oh, he left the Yankees because the Dodgers paid him $100 million more. You would do the same thing.
Correct.
But more valuable than money, I think, is time, and you can give time to the community, and I got to go.
I 100% agree with that. So we can end on agreeing with something.
And we got a $20 bet. He owes me $20, by the way. Hold on. The Stephen A. Smith bet.
No, I didn't
Top
see
rank.
that. I didn't see that. Wait, what do you? He
had a Top Rank. He was on the microphone. He was doing a broadcast for Top Rank on Showtime.
You said ESPN.
No, you said ESPN.
No. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
No. I'm sorry. You said Showtime.
But for Top Rank, it's Showtime.
Okay, I need to see it. I did not.
I should have linked this guy.
No.
Okay, I'm never gonna get that $20.
No. If you do it, I'll give it to you.
All right. You guys have a good one. Thanks, George. I'll see you guys. Bye. How do I?